Australia here. Oh, awesome. Turtle Trust from Australia. And we got somebody from New Zealand online with us. Incredible, folks, incredible. Mike, we gotta get an email to that guy, right? Looks pretty cool, folks. It's going to look a whole lot better here very soon. We're continuing here with our view as long as I can possibly bring it to you. Clouds have moved away, so we're still looking pretty good. David asked how they did such a good view of just pure luck, David, believe me. We did scout out the spot that we're at to try to give us the best view of the horizon, because I did want to offer as much of the live stream as possible to everybody. I'm not seeing any sunspots this morning with this, but maybe if we zoomed in a bit we might see them, but I want to try to keep the image at this particular size because this is going to give us the best a view of what's actually happening for us. Just starting to get light in Buffalo, New York. Awesome, Andrew. This is incredible. 383 people online with us today. Great. And building. Keep them coming. Keep sharing, folks. This is what we live for right here. Oh, another phone call. Hi, Carrie. Yes, it is. Good, yourself. Couldn't be better. Sure. Oh, awesome. Okay. Okay. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm talking away to people. There's almost 400 online with us right now, so it's awesome. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Great. Thanks.
I have
that part I can get on.
Everybody that's online here with me now, I'm just going on live on CBC here for a moment, so please bear with me, but I'll continue.
Yeah, that has to be 3/8.
Now they get a little
Warm up a bit?
after this, yeah. This is I'm ready to pass out here.
Yeah, the wind goes right through you, eh?
It sure does. Anyway, then this is fine. Okay, this is it. Have a look.
Well, I've been looking.
Morning, Terry.
I'm just going to watch you.
you've seen it.
It's fun watching you try and get set up.
I'm in St. John right now in an undisclosed location just because of COVID regulations for gatherings, but I am in St. John and we are witnessing the eclipse happening right at the moment, actually. Sure, I'm seeing the sun is being eclipsed by the moon at the moment. We're about 50% or so through getting close to maximum. So the maximum eclipse will be about 73 to 75% from here in St. John. And that'll happen about 6:36 this morning. Well, we've got a few people from our local club here, that's all. Just a private group, and it's COVID restrictions that are causing that first. We would love to be able to share this in person, but we can't promote a gathering at the moment, so.
Yeah, they were under 50. I think with the
Awesome. It took a little bit. It was more to do with the YouTube part, but the Facebook part I'm just offering you right now live through my telescope. There's 880 viewers online with me at the moment, so this is incredible. And I've got some people from Australia, New Zealand joining on, so this is amazing.
Yeah, they were selling faulty eclipse glasses. They've had from the
Well, there's a rare event to have it happening at sunrise for sure, but an eclipse happens on the Earth a couple of times a year for sure. If you were standing though in one spot on the planet, it would take you another 375 years before you'd see another total eclipse passing over you. So they are fairly rare, but they're such an awesome event to witness because it's just one of these things in nature that are just amazing. The moon is 400 times closer to us than the sun. It's also 400 times smaller in diameter, so they almost look exactly the same size in the sky. Now this one is called a perigene eclipse, or a ring of fire eclipse, or an annular eclipse, because the moon is actually farther away from us in its elliptical path around us than it normally is. So it can't completely cover the disk of the sun. Now the annular eclipse, the totality part of it, will happen actually up in part of northern Quebec and through Nunavut. It's going to last from, it started at 5:36 and it's going to end at 7:36. So we're heading pretty close to maximum now, right at 6:36 this morning.
That has to come on. Not working, is it? Well, I can see there's this little lake there.
That would have been August the 21st of 2017. That was called the Great North American Eclipse, or Great American Eclipse. It actually came in through around California and went down through Florida area. But we got to see large parts of the partial eclipse at this point. And a lot of people across North America right now are witnessing this as well, parts of it, because the path that the moon goes across, or leaves a nice shadow across, kind of spreads out a little bit. So in our area, we're getting about 75%. The closer you get to this zone of this dark shadow, you get the darker, or the more of the sun would be blocked out by the moon. I think it's just, well, we're in the middle of all this pandemic part too. I mean, people are looking for something to gather around, I guess, and the sky never changes, no matter what we're going through. Tomorrow morning the sun's coming up in the same location, and it just helps to put yourself into perspective for sure. For me, for sure, it does that. So because your eye doesn't really have pain receptors, it would be the same as looking at the sun on any particular normal day. So because we know that there's something happening with the sun, we're kind of drawn to it to take a look at it. So we may stare at it for a longer period of time than normal, and that's what they're looking at. Okay. Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.
I kind of like that one. I mean, it has sort of some, but this is so much more.
Well, it gives you better control of what's
Plus,
happening
so
now.
much money.
Keep that over that way.
Hey everybody, we're back with you now. We got 1,000 viewers online with us right now. 1,000 viewers. This is incredible. And I gotta take a picture. I gotta take a picture of the picture. That's what I gotta do too. Let's take a look here. So this is when I'll be able to share, hopefully.
Can I look through my telescope?
No, this is stupid. I had it set up.
Let's swipe the comments here for a second so I can actually get a picture of this whole event for myself to capture. Just have my phone, so I got a phone. Taking a picture of the phone. There's one. There's my photo of the day. Let's get back to live feed. All right, we're getting a nice big bite out of the sun there now, right? Looking great. Yeah, it's going to get darker. Actually, Sean, yeah, getting darker in Miramichi, he says. So that's the thing right now. It's kind of this eerie kind of a look. It's not quite, it is sunrise, but it doesn't quite look like sunrise as much. It's dimming down a little bit, but the sun is so bright anyway. But hello, New Zealand. Yeah, this is awesome. Binder from Moncton, thank you. Really bright in Norton. Here I'm starting to get some of the comments coming fresh here now. Watching from Point de Chien. Welcome, Don.
I have a finder on top.
Hello from Kingston. Hey, Mark. Hey Sean, thank you very much for offering for the people to share there. The more shares we get, the more people are going to get to see this. You know, it doesn't matter where they are in the world, they get to look on and see it. So happy to have you people share as much as possible.
Yeah, it's just great. And
And there, I know there are parts of the country that are clouded in right now, so I'm just glad that we can offer parts of it here. Hey, hi from England. Awesome. Hey, Rachel.
so
Thank you. Safe way to watch. Yes, for sure. New Mines, Nova Scotia. Welcome.
I thought so.
Hey, Tina. Very happy to share. Nelson, I'm in St. John, and I'm at a higher location than maybe some other spots. I just really can't disclose my location because we can't have people coming by. If we gathered a crowd, it would be oh, here comes my tent. The wind is really picking up here, so I'm really hoping to keep things stable here as long as possible. Thanks for sharing. Winnipeg, Canada. Hey, Jay. What's the expected time, Kathy? The expected time of totality for us, or maximum eclipse for us, is going to be at 6:36. So we're about, looks like about 16 minutes away now from maximum eclipse for us in St. John. There's 909 people online with us. Awesome. Just keep sharing, folks. This is great. I know it's early in parts of the country, but in other parts of the world, it's a little bit later, so they may be able to want to tune in as well. Good morning from Charlotte County. Welcome. Here we go. We still got a full hour here, folks, to keep an eye on this and to watch this. I mean, it's just such an amazing thing in nature. For me, this is probably the most amazing one. To see two celestial bodies moving in front of each other from our point of view is really amazing. Nairobi, Kenya. Oh, hello. Oh, this is awesome. Estimated time with full black, Pat, for us, it's not going to be full black. We're going to get about 73 to 75% here in St. John, New Brunswick at about 6:36 Atlantic time. Hey, thanks, Gay. Maggie, 70%, it's 6:36. Thank you, Maggie. I am so fortunate to be able to share this with so many. I'm really, really enjoying this. I hope you all are enjoying it as well. As we head towards our maximum eclipse. Hey, Mike. We'll have to get that email to that guy, right?
Yes.
Let me get his email. Morning, everyone. From Spring Hill, Nova Scotia. Thanks, Tree. Thank you very much, Janice. We've still got some time here to spend together. We've got a full hour yet, at least 7:36 before the event ends here in St. John. And we're streaming around the world, parts of the world anyway. Right now, this is awesome. We're at 950 some viewers, so let's keep going. Love that you're sharing. Love to know where people are joining us from. If you want to comment where you're joining us from, that would be great. Mike, what is the address?
But the wind, it's amazing about the wind. It's shaking it.
Well,
The longer the tube, the more gauge you're going to get. Yeah, but this is really a short tube. That's it. That's the weird one. Hey. Hey. Okay.
oh, is that right? Yeah. Oh, good.
New Zealand, Australia.
Yeah?
How'd the preacher turn?
Oh, really good.
Awesome.
Oh, they're going to be amazing.
Where were you?
Oh, so right over at the parking lot by, yeah.
Awesome. Great.
Well, that'd be interesting. Yeah, it's really, really good shot.
I wasn't shutting the camera
At least I think so. I'll find a way to get it on the computer.
Yeah.
They say 1,000 feet.
Let me know when you're ready, Mike. Hey, hello from Miramichi. Hi from Hampton. Watching from Sackville. Awesome. Wind, yeah, it's pretty windy here as well at the moment. Winds are out of the northwest, I guess, 20 gusting to 40 at the moment. So we're holding as much as we can, keeping the view as best we can. Popping up to maximum eclipse here very soon. We're only about 12 minutes away from maximum eclipse, so we're still going to get a bigger chunk out of the moon, the sun than we have right at the moment. Good morning from Dartmouth. Hi from New Zealand. Awesome. Great to have you here. Thank you for sharing. Watching from Shediac, Dalhousie. See, this is the Philippines, so you're getting it in the Philippines. You're here from the Philippines. This is incredible. I'm really overwhelmed. Malaysia. Wow. Everybody's here. This is awesome. Keep sharing it, folks. Keep sharing. Let's get us up to 1,500 viewers. We're at 1,000 at the moment. Can't see anything from England, but welcome. Thank you for joining us. We've got another full hour yet. We're just approaching maximum eclipse now. We should be here at maximum eclipse very soon. Joining us from India. From Shin Creek. Welcome, Randy. Watching from Three Brooks. Hello, Dory. Hello from Packerville. Welcome from Fredericton, Dola Point. Everybody, hey, Portugal, welcome. This is awesome. Keep it going, folks. Keep sharing. We're almost at maximum. The telescope's going to shake a little bit now, but I'm trying to keep it as stable as possible. I am outside in a field, actually, surrounded by a small shelter that is doing the best it can to keep us live as long as possible. The view from here is fantastic. The moon is moving in over the sun. We've almost at maximum eclipse. We'll be at maximum at about 6:36 our time, Atlantic time. So we're getting very close to maximum eclipse. I had a whole pile of notes here to talk about, but I haven't had an opportunity. I've been saying hello to everybody here. This is what we call an annular eclipse. So it's a time when, as the moon moves around us in its elliptical path, there are times when the moon is closer to us and times when the moon is farther away. So the moon is farthest away right now. It's what we call an apogean moon. And when that happens, the moon isn't quite large enough to be able to cover the complete disk of the sun. So parts of the country right now, especially through northern Quebec and through Nunavut, are going to experience what we call an annular eclipse. An annular eclipse means that the moon almost completely blocks out the sun, but the small piece that's left around it, the ring of fire, we call that the annulus. So it's not an annular event, that's the description of the ring of fire. From our location here, we'll get about a little bit more than 70%. So, and as you get closer to that line of totality on the planet, you would have more of it blocked out, of course. We'll have our opportunity here in Brunswick on April the 8th of 2024 when we have a total solar eclipse passing right over our province. About 50 million people will be able to view that eclipse right up the eastern seaboard. That'll probably be the most, well, will be the most viewed eclipse in history, actually. Francois de Madawaska, welcome, Leslie. Watching from Fredericton. Hey, Lisa. Just keep letting me know where you're from. This is awesome. I love to see comments coming in from people telling me where they are at the moment. And imagine we've got 1,000 people around the world sharing this with us right at the moment. We're all looking at the same sun and moon. At 6:28 now, we're about 8 minutes away from maximum eclipse, and the wind is really picking up now. We're at about 40, maybe gusting to 50 kilometers per hour. We're doing our best to keep the image as stable as possible for you. Hopefully I'm coming through clear enough. 100 viewers on YouTube as well. Thank you, Paul. So yeah, folks from watching from Fredericton, thanks CBC. Awesome, thank you for sharing it, CBC. Very much appreciate it. So the ones that are commenting on YouTube, I will be able to go back and see your comments later. I can't see them from here on Facebook, but I am trying to capture as many as I can as the comments just continue to scroll by. I'm so glad that so many people are enjoying this view. It's such an incredible option for me to be able to do. I feel very fortunate to be able to do this. And 1,100 viewers at the moment. This is incredible, incredible. Please keep sharing. Love to see as many possible pick this up with their morning coffee. As I'm drowning my my third cup, I think, at the moment.
Before it's, don't miss it. Out of that phase.
I can tell maybe I'm a little bit excited. It's been 3 o'clock. Could people just be careful when you're walking in front of the telescope? Thank you. Yep. Yep. Yeah, no, I just like I come slap you.
Don't worry about that.
You got to talk to these 1,100 people online. They're going to get upset.
Excited as you are.
I know you are. We're bouncing. We're bouncing. Sorry.
Oh, you got you're using binoculars. Yeah, they work great, eh? Oh, really? Oh, nice. Yeah, this is the. Since I've been doing this is my third one. Yeah. I did 2 cards and I did the Superman back in 2015. Yeah. Yeah, oh, it's nice to see people up doing stuff like this, eh? That's some people.
You can just say, come from this pyramid. He's got all my stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back with you again. Looking at sending some photos actually over to a gentleman in Italy that's looking for some captures at the moment, so we're trying to set that up at the moment as well. Here we go. We're getting close now, folks. We're only 5 minutes away from maximum eclipse. What an awesome view. I got to keep snapping photos of my camera. Remember that I'm here. Wipe my screen off, get some dust off the screen. There. Okay, I'll get myself a photo. A photo of my photo. Here. Good morning from Sackville. Hey, Bathurst. Quispam Sis, welcome Connie. Let's keep sharing, folks. We're almost at maximum eclipse now. We're at about 1,100 viewers online with us. Everybody sharing the same view of our sun and moon together. We're pretty much there, yeah.
I'm getting a perfect happy face on this one.
Yeah, me too. Hey, Maces Bay. Good morning from Keswick. Watching from Fredericton. Awesome. Lori, welcome. So we've got, again, we got something called an annular eclipse right now. This is an eclipse when the moon is at what we call perigee. We can't see the moon in the sky. Of course, we're at what we call a new moon phase. So the moon is actually farther away from us than in its normal orbit around us. It takes an elliptical path around us. When we have a nice super moon, the moon is at perigee, a lot closer to us. So we we actually get to see a larger moon in our sky for sure. There's some people driving by here. When we have an apogee moon, the moon is smaller in our sky in relation to the sun. So when the moon moves in front of the sun like this, we'll have this ring of fire illusion that happens in areas where there is totality. Now we're not going to get totality from our location. We're going to get about 75%, or even maybe looks like about 75%, I'd say. And in about 4 minutes time we'll be at maximum, and then we have another full hour, folks, to watch this happening as we lead to the other side. It'll be 7:36 before it ends. Okay, yeah, let me know, Mike. I'll give you the, I'll tether you up here.
All I gotta do is take the key card out of my camera.
Okay. Good morning from Emerald Cook. Hey, Giselle, Wanda from East St. John. Trying to read as many comments as I can as are coming through here for us. Coming through perfectly. Thank you, Birch Bark. Appreciate that. Hello from Dieppe. Good morning from Beresford. And from Hampton. Hey, June. 1,200 viewers online with us now, folks. Keep sharing. We've got another hour here to enjoy this view together. This is such an awesome event. Probably, to me, it's the biggest event we can witness with our naked eye. Not directly, of course, but it is a very big event to witness. It helps to put the celestial mechanics in place for us. We can understand the fact that we're in a solar system inside the Milky Way. Objects are moving around with us. We get to see objects moving in front of each other. This is the biggest one for me. And we've got another one coming up on April the 8th of 2024, the total solar eclipse that's coming up. That's going to pass right over New Brunswick, and it's going to come up right up the eastern seaboard, and about 50 million people will be able to view that in totality. The largest viewed eclipse in history. April the 8th, 2024, New Brunswick. I'm hoping for no snow, but that's why we try to do this kind of stuff though too, because there are other parts of the country now that are clouded out, and I'm so pleased that I can offer this view live. 1,200 or so online. This is awesome. Hope the vocals are coming through okay. I know that the wind is blowing by, and it does tend to affect the mic a little bit on the phone. I am just offering this view through my little 72 millimeter refractor telescope. It's called an Astrotech AT 72 millimeter refractor scope. I have a solar filter on the front of my telescope to protect us, of course, from our view. You always put your filter at the front. It's blocking out about 99.9% of the light coming through the telescope. It's still a very nice image coming through. On the other end, I have what we call a Celestron, which is a brand name, of course, NextYZ adapter, which is a device that allows me to attach my cell phone to the eyepiece of my telescope. And I'm just using a Huawei P30 Pro phone at the moment, and we're live on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you have people that would like to tune in to YouTube, I do have someone in Winnipeg that's helping me broadcast to YouTube as well right at the moment. So we're really reaching a lot of people. We're up to 1,300 now. Amazing, folks. Keep sharing. This is what we love to see. This is the events that really mean the most to us to be able to share. I would really love to be able to share this in person. We'll be out of this pandemic soon enough, hopefully, and we'll be back to offering better views in person. Now I'm just going to change the focus just a little bit. There we go. Oh, look, eclipse cookies. I should have known.
You should have known.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Linda. Yolanda Kipper's here with us, bringing some eclipse cookies. Just exactly what I needed right at the moment. Nice big hit of sugar. Hey, Joe Finch, is this live? Absolutely, we're live right at the moment. Carrie's watching from Douglas. Welcome. Don't mind me, I'm eating a cookie here. This is breakfast from 3 o'clock this morning. I've been gearing up for this thing for weeks now, and we have 1,300 people around the world watching this with us at the moment. This is amazing. Mike, you ready for sending an email?
I'm not.
Okay.
We got a problem.
Oh, no.
Got them all in box.
Oh, did you?
And I'm working on converting a couple, but I'm going to run the batteries first.
Photoshop or?
Let you learn how to use it. Now, don't get into it away from the
Morning from watching from Australia. Welcome. So happy to have you here. We're very close to the peak at the moment. Yes, we are. I'm just going to get this back centered up again. Bear with me. There we go. see the wind is really shaking the telescope, we're losing our focus a bit, but we got it back again, I think. Just a kind of an eerie kind of a look around the city right now. The sun is really nice and bright, but not as bright as it would normally be at the moment. If you looked very, very quickly, instantaneously at the sun, you would see a big chunk being taken out of it right at the moment, but I recommend that you use a pinhole projector or take something outside, even a plastic pie plate or a cardboard plate with a small hole in the center of the plate would be enough to shine the sun on the ground. If you had something on the ground, or even you had a tree and were showing it from outside the shadow of the tree into the shadow area, to see this same effect. A spaghetti strainer will give you about 100 small eclipses on the ground at the moment. So very easy to do, very safe to do it that way, not looking directly at the sun. We'll just continue to watch my feed here. I'm very happy to offer this to 1,400 people online with us now. I'm confused. Good morning from Alma. Welcome. Thank you, Tiffany. Very happy to bring it to you. Again, now we have the sun and the moon, normal size in our sky. The moon is 400 times closer to us than the sun. The moon is 400 times smaller than the sun, so they look about the same size in the sky at any time. But at the moment, the moon is farther away from us, so it's at what we call apogee, which means that the moon can't quite completely cover the disk of the sun. This is about as much as we're going to get. I think we're at maximum right now. It's 6:36. We should be 6:40, so it's already moving away now. So we passed maximum, and now we're going to get this view for the next close to an hour as it starts to open up again, and the sun starts to get revealed again. Thank you, Jennifer, for that. Loud and clear. Good to hear. Thank you, Deborah. Hi from Hanwell. Welcome. This is such an amazing thing to be able to share. I'm so thrilled that so many people have come on here this morning to share this with us. This is just incredible. I'm in my happy place. I think you can tell that. This is exactly what I love doing. I love doing outreach, and because the fact I feel so bad that we can't do it in person, but I'm so glad that I'm able to bring it to you at least this way. Now I'm going to get myself in this telescope here, try to get a shot of this myself. I'm using a second cell phone to capture the image that I'm sharing with you. You want to send them out to Paul? Because he is waiting, I think. Yeah.
I'll see if I can remember how to do it.
I get his address if you need it.
How much from mine and get
Or send them to me, Paul, and I can send them out.
Yeah, once I get connected, I'll be able to do that.
Okay.
I can put my name on it. All the way up. Yeah, let's sit down. Have a shot.
Hey, Lisa from Sussex, welcome. Thank you. Oh, Chris, that's awesome to share it on the radio stations. Very, very nicely. Thank you. Let's keep it going, folks. We're at 1,300 viewers now. Right around the world watching with us. There's some folks from Australia here. Welcome. From New Zealand. A few from India, from the Philippines. $1,400. Thanks, Meg. Yeah, This is amazing, folks. I'm so thrilled that everybody's on here sharing this with me. I have a whole pile of notes, but I'm not even going to get to those, I know. I'm more concentrating on trying to keep the best possible view for all of you. And I'm so glad that you're all here joining me. Thank you, Sue. Okay, we've got another half hour. No, actually, we're almost an hour. So about 40 minutes, I guess, before we're completely finished here. Oh, Liz, watching PI here, thank you very much for joining us. That's why I'd love to be able to have people like that can share it from locations where not everybody's going to have a clear sky. Here we got a clear sky, but the wind has really picked up. Anywhere from 30 gusting to 50, I guess, kilometers per hour in the northwest. So the conditions aren't the greatest, but certainly clear sky. So we're just doing the best we can here. I'm so glad that the telescope isn't shaking a whole lot. Normally it would in the wind, but I got a small windbreak here behind me, just protecting me a little bit. Watching from the Netherlands. Oh, awesome, Twyla. Thank you for joining us. Everybody on here, it's amazing that you've all come on and shared all this with me. Imagine there's 1,200 people around the world watching the same view as we are right at the moment. This is technology in its best, in my opinion. Great for outreach. Thanks from Blainville. Hey, Martine. Oh, thanks so much, Edith. It's a pleasure to share this with everybody. It's what I live. This is what I really look forward to. I have a full-time job, but this is my hobby, and it's become much more than a hobby for me. It's become a passion for sure. So to get the opportunity to share with so many people is just incredible for me. Awesome. Well, that's awesome. Thank you. CBC mentioned, Halifax mentioned. Thank you. Okay, so we've got about another half hour to go. We're at 1,100 viewers at the moment.
That's Simone.
Hi, Simone.
You taught my kids with the Wednesday night beginners.
I did.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
Sabrina and Benson.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, how they enjoy it.
I said, well, you know, Renate said to sign up, so we do one.
Yeah.
And every Wednesday they went back on. So you did a wonderful job.
Oh, thank you. I'll take one more. Thank you. Thank you so
Really,
much.
I did
Appreciate
not
that.
expect for them to enjoy it so
That's
much.
awesome. Although, as soon as we can get back to offering personal again, bring them out to the St. Tress Beach. Come out, bring the kids out for the evening. We'll show you the night sky from down there, and we will
We're
be.
from St. Andrews.
Oh, I travel too.
You missed the restaurant dinner with
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. Yes.
Better safe than sorry.
Well, you know, it's gonna.
Absolutely.
This will disappear shortly. If we keep heading the way we are, we'll be green in August, and we'll be back to be able to share all this stuff. I miss it so much. It's just a passion, and it's something I've always wanted to do. But I'm living my dream.
Have you been in radio with
Oh
your
no,
voice?
not at all. No, I'm.
Second career.
I was.
Got something ahead of you, I tell you.
No, I was the biggest introvert you would ever want to know. Very much shy by myself, so this is just an opportunity to share my passion. Just incredible that I can share with somebody. Very lucky that I'm very. Oh, thank you. I'm just very fortunate, to tell you the truth.
It's a blessing, you know. It's a blessing to many
Oh,
people.
thank you so much. Very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
Likewise.
We'll see you down St. Andrews. I'll be down there sometime with the telescope for sure. Hey folks, we got about another half hour to go. We're still experiencing it. Hey bud.
I've been looking at the
Keep looking at the sun, yeah.
but listen.
Sharing it with 1,100 people at the moment.
Thanks.
Right.
I was surprised how much they really enjoyed them. Because I said, well,
I thought I must take a look for a second. But
Yeah.
I flew at Coralie's last night.
Oh, there's a view right now.
Oh.
Some people on from Australia at the moment, New Zealand, India, Philippines. England.
Nighttime over there?
Yeah. But
Oh, they're watching.
yeah, watching live.
I get it.
Yeah. They can't catch the eclipse. Uh-oh. Hard to see it at night time because the sun has to be up.
Oh,
Anyway,
cool.
hey Heartland. Hey Eric. Eric Fourier works at work with me. Hi from Rossi, New Brunswick. Welcome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, we get another half an hour to keep presenting here. We're almost, of course, we can see the moon's moving away from the sun at the moment. So one of the most awesome experiences that you can have with astronomy is to witness this event right here, because this is something that's happening in nature. We start to understand that we're in the solar system. These are two celestial objects passing in front of each other from our point of view. Nothing greater. And really completely free for everybody, because I'm just offering it live here on Facebook and YouTube for everybody. Of course, you can't look at the sun directly. We all want to look at the sun right at the moment because we want to see what's happening. But it's just like any other time that you're staring at the sun. You can only stare for a second or so, and you can't. You don't want to do it any longer than that. But you can also offer this view through even something like a paper plate with a small hole punched in the center of it, and that'll shine the sun down on the ground in a darker area. And you can actually get to see the eclipse that way. Very safe. The picture upside down, and it's actually turned. Yes, my phone is turned to give you the best view possibly. So it is turned a bit, but in space there really is no upside down, I guess. 3D glasses won't help you, Jill. No, they're not going to protect you from the sun's damaging rays at all. I'm not really sure about welder's glass. I know that was something that we used maybe when we were kids back in the day, but I can't really speak on the integrity of that, especially if that happens to crack. You wouldn't want to risk that. The best way to really view is using eclipse glasses, which is a special film that's designed to block out 99% of the light. Otherwise, with a solar telescope, or with the telescope with a solar filter on the end of the telescope at the entering end. And thirdly, of course, using something like a pinhole projector or something that can cast the shadow onto the view that you see here onto the ground, which is really your safest way. Thank you, Patty, posting photos on the page for you. Appreciate that. But we still got another 15 minutes or so before we're finished. Didn't get a chance to offer any of my comments. Just been saying hello to everybody on here. There's somebody from Maine again. Awesome, Deborah. Thanks for joining us. Eclipse cookies.
Is it half a cookie?
Oh, actually, you were, yeah. Look, behind you. Take the eclipses. Look.
Oh my! I'll take a big eclipse.
Thanks, Rhonda. I'm still going here.
Yeah, these aren't my best effort. But
Oh, they were good.
Oh, no, they're good.
they're still all right.
They hit the spot, believe me.
This time in the morning when you'll be take breakfast. Are you sure, Mike?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Thank you.
They look so good though.
No, folks, we're bringing this to you right now. Oh, Mike, can I get you,
I
Mike?
took a bite out of this one.
Hey, Mike, can you stop eclipsing the sun for me?
What's that? Oh,
Can-
I'm an eclipse. Thank you.
He's back up to where we should be.
What was the mic eclipse?
Of course, this is the view that we're bringing to you live, but we'll be doing it in person again, I assume. Not going to be too long down the road when the Brunswick goes back to green and we get through this pandemic worldwide here, and we'll be able to back and sharing the view in person again. So really looking forward to that happening. We don't think that's going to be too far away, hopefully. And when we do, of course, I'll be back at my regular location, but I'll still be bringing you as many live feeds as I can this way as well.
This is really the best way to watch the eclipse.
Well, this is a great way. Yeah, it's a safe way, and you get to share the same view with everybody. Ben, who gave you your first telescope, Chris? Actually, Ben, I bought my own first telescope, and that wasn't very long ago. Actually, I spent my lifetime since I was about, what will I date myself at now? I'll say 1969, I watched Neil Armstrong walk on the moon, so that's dating myself. But then I had always had a passion for this. Never really thought about outreach though, but the passion was really to do something with it. And I raised a family, and once my family grew up, my wife gave me the opportunity to go out and buy something on my own, so I bought myself a telescope off of eBay. Irreputable purchase, I guess, but it didn't work out at all, and it was very frustrating. And that's why I try to let people do their own reviews and their own research first of all before they purchase the telescope. It should be considered as a major investment. But my first purchase was a bad one. It went in the closet. I didn't get back into the hobby again until a little bit later, until I could afford a nice telescope. And since then, I've been at it. Astronomy by the Bay has been up now for about a little over 5 years. I've been doing outreach for about 15 years now. So I still enjoy every moment. And every opportunity I get the chance to share a view like this with anybody, it's great.
Yeah, so we're all. She's got.
Is the eclipse on the way out?
Yes, it is. Yep. So we passed maximum. The maximum was at 6:36. The eclipse will be done at 7:36. So we're getting close. We're at 6:59, so 7 o'clock. So we still got another half hour before it completely moves off the disk of the sun. Fellow in Brunswick are watching from Duluth, Minnesota. Hey, welcome, Ricky. Thank you. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed the view here. We've still got a little bit of time left before we call it quits, but we're another half hour yet. It does, for sure.
Because I think we're going to run out of space if we don't. At least give people the option they want to.
Just yet. Oh, okay. Oh, really? Okay. So one of the best events in nature right here is what we're witnessing, all free of charge, and it really. See ya. Bye. No, that's okay. That's okay.
Bye, Matt.
See you, Matt. Number of folks here with the astronomy, with the St. John Astronomy Club here with me at the moment. We are just having a little bit of a viewing. Unfortunately, we can't invite too many people in because of the pandemic restrictions right now with COVID, with gatherings. But we hope that these will be all clear from us shortly. We'll be back to offering views in person again.
You have 1,000 people with you.
Yeah, yeah. There was 1,400 earlier, but it was just, yeah, amazing. So I can't get 1,000 people at a telescope, but I get 1,000 people here online using a cell phone. Yeah, this is, just the technology is so amazing to be living in these times when technology allows us to bring everybody together like this across the world. I have a good parcel here at the moment in Ireland. Oh, welcome so much. Very nice for you to join us over there. Thanks, sure. Save our eyes. Awesome.
There's a hole in the bottom that might bounce right on your.
Rotherham, UK. Awesome. Thank you for being here. What time was this at? It's actually happening right now, Tricia, live right now from St. John, New Brunswick, Canada. This is where I'm broadcasting from. Welcome from Melbourne, Australia. Great to have you here. Thank you. Oh, and we're getting out of focus again, so just need to. This again is the wind shaking my telescope a little bit. Get us back to view here. Here we go. So we still got another about 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes, folks, before this is done. Thank you, Deanna, for sharing that. Appreciate it. So we still got a number of events coming up. Our biggest event, next biggest event, well, we've got a supermoon coming up in June. This is the third supermoon of the year. Then we're looking at the Perseid meteor shower coming up in August this year, which should be an excellent show this year because the moon is going to be pretty well out of the sky early evening. So that's what we want. We don't want the bright light of the moon casting around, causing us all artificial light pollution. So we should get to see a good show this year, anywhere between 50 and 100 meters per hour during the Perseids. Always nice to get those in August because it's got a nice warm August night. You're outside enjoying the show, and that's another free show for you. So all of these celestial events, of course, are for free. You get a view through a telescope. It doesn't take much of a telescope really to invest in much of a telescope to be able to get these kind of views. I'm using a small refractor telescope here. I have it right along through it. It's actually tracking the sun across the sky, so we're staying fairly steady. But the telescope itself was about $300, and I've had it now since 2005. So 16 years I've had this telescope, and it's still giving me the same view as it did probably the first day I bought it. So it's an investment. When you purchase astronomy equipment, certainly it's an investment, and it sometimes you may get considered a lot of money, but when you take that money over 16 years, and I've had thousands of eyeballs at this thing, so it's really paid off. So yeah, consider a telescope as a major investment, and then you'll make sure you do your research before you're buying one. But when you buy one from $300 to $500, you will get a nice image like this here, and just check out your reviews ahead of time. And remember, you can take a telescope and pass it on to your children and your grandchildren. The sky is not going to change in our lifetimes or in their lifetimes, so these type of views will still be available for anybody down the road. What type brand is this? The telescope is it's called an Astronomy, and it's called an AT 72mm ED refractor. So it's a doublet refractor telescope, 72mm diameter, which is just slightly larger really than a set of binoculars. A 10 by 50 binoculars, standard set of 50mm, this is 72mm. But it does have a special couple of extra pieces of glass inside the telescope to help establish a better view. So the telescope is a refractor. It's mounted on a Celestron Nexstar 8 or Nexstar SE mount, which is a tracking mount. So it's tracking the sun right at the moment. I have an Orion diagonal attached to the refractor, which puts the view at a 90-degree angle for me to look in. On top of that, there's a 40mm eyepiece. So we're seeing the sun-moon effect here at about 10 times magnification, 15 times maybe. On top of that, I'm using what's called a Celestron NexYZ adapter, which is a device that allows me to attach my cell phone to the telescope using a clamp affair. And then from there, I'm using my Huawei P30 Pro phone and broadcasting it on Facebook. It's a whole setup. So it's really not much. It's quite portable. And you really don't need to spend a lot of money on the telescope. The best telescope that you're going to have is the one that you use the most. And that's going to be the one that's the most portable for you. You get a chance to, step outside quickly, take a quick view of the moon if you just have a few minutes, that kind of thing. Big telescopes are great for star party events or for large crowds, but or if you're observing on your own for a long period of time, or an observatory that you might have. But using a small portable telescope is something I use probably the most. This telescope probably gets to use the most of any telescope I've had, simply because it's so portable and easy to set up. If you're frustrated with setting up a telescope, it's going to sit in the closet, and there's thousands of them all across North America, sitting in closets everywhere, that people were frustrated with. Might be a silly question. No silly questions, Tammy. From our house in Durham Bridge, the moon is moving away sideways to the left between 8 and 10 o'clock. How does our location change the view? Well, what's happening right now is it's not the fact that it's location, it's the fact of the way I have my cell phone turned onto the telescope. So this telescope actually flips the view left to right, but I've also got the phone turned around so that I can give the best possible view, so it does look like it's moving away from the top, but it's just because of the way I'm pointing my phone to give you the best possible view. Okay, see you. Thanks, bud. Yeah. Okay, we're still windy conditions here. Still anywhere between 40 and 50 kilometers an hour, I'd say. Wind of northwest. We're still fairly sheltered, so we're doing okay. And we've got a little bit of time left, about another 20 minutes, I'd say, before our live feed ends here. But what a nice experience to be able to share. 7:08, so it's completed at 7:36, so we still get another 28 minutes, I guess. What an awesome way to share the morning with everybody here. I wish we had one of these every day. Well, at least once a month would be great. Just got to capture my own personal image here of it. Just got to swipe the comments out of the way so I can capture a cell phone image of my cell phone. memories I hope to share with some people later on. I didn't even bring a camera with me. All I brought was my cell phone. I wasn't really concerned about capturing photos. I knew there'd be lots of people taking photos, and my concern was more to try to bring this view to you as much as I possibly could.
Well, good thing you guys.
See ya.
No, I was just like on the drive up to the walk by the.
Okay, back to comments again. Excuse me. Yeah, we missed the peak for sure, but this video will be up on Facebook later, and it'll be on YouTube as well, so you can actually offer to other people if they want to go back and take another look at what we were able to experience from here. And my 25 pages of notes there for talking about the sun didn't even come to view. It didn't matter. It was the main thing here was that I had so many people on here sharing the view with us. Still a pile of comments here I haven't been able to get to. I really do apologize. They've been coming by the screen just about every 3 seconds or so, so it's difficult to comment when they do go by so quickly, but I have to say I'm very pleased with the results here, with everybody joining on. It's incredible to be able to share this view with all of you. Your support really means a lot to me. This is why I keep doing what I try to do here, because it's your responses back that keep me focused on offering this as much as possible. I can just quit my job and do this full time. Anyway, our next big event again is going to be the supermoon coming up in June later this month. We'll also have a Perseid meteor shower to enjoy together in August. We have some nice planetary viewing coming up. Jupiter and Saturn are now in our morning sky. They're starting slowly to switch around to our evening sky. So they're coming up a little bit later, like around midnight or so now. Another couple of weeks they'll be up around 11:30 or so. But they will be our main objects throughout the summer season here. Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter, of course, with its 79 moons, 4 Galilean moons. Jupiter is large enough to hold 1,000 Earths. Right now we have a nice spacecraft called Juno that's going around Jupiter, taking lots of beautiful photos. It just released a photo of one of the Galilean moons just the other day that hadn't been visited for 20 years. So Jupiter in our evening sky coming up soon. Saturn is also up, that beautiful planet with its beautiful ring system. 82 moons. A few of them are visible easily through a telescope, but that magnificent ring system that we get is still tilted at a nice angle for us to still be able to see the ring system completely. See you, Roseanne. So those two experiences are coming up for our summertime viewing. We'll also have Venus in our evening sky. That will be there probably right through till about September or so. It keeps getting higher and higher each evening. Another great view. Venus is the third brightest object in our sky behind these two guys, the Sun and the Moon. So it's an easy target. It's our evening star, we call it now. Planet Mercury was up visiting Venus just a short while ago, but it's going to pop up in our morning sky shortly. It's now between us and the Sun. We can't see it here, but it's because it's not at the same plane as the rest of us at the moment. And that's what's happening here too. The fact that we don't get a lunar eclipse or a solar eclipse every single month is simply because the Moon is actually 5 degrees or so above us, or 5 degrees below us most of the month. Hi, see you later. For most of the month. But there is a time, of course, when it passes from being above us to below us, crosses these two spots, what we call nodes, and that's when it's parallel with the plane of the planets, and that's when this event can happen. So the Moon has to be in exactly the right spot to be aligned with us and the Sun to cause this event to happen. And that's why they're rare. Same with the lunar eclipse. The Moon has to be in exactly the right spot for the Earth to be able to cast a shadow out into space and for the Moon to pass through it. So what's happening right now is of course that the Moon is casting a shadow out into space, and our Earth is passing through that shadow. And there's one spot on the planet that is really getting a nice full totality with this ring of fire around the edge of it. Now that's of course already passed, but from our point of view, we're a bit away from that. Northern Quebec and through Nunavut, they're getting the full experience, but we're still close enough here that we actually get to see this happening from here. So that's still great. One of the most amazing wonders in space. Celestial mechanics.
Is there? Yeah, it probably happened because I put new paper on last night.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, it actually it fits both eyes.
Yeah, so $300 is great for a telescope. Between $300 and $400 is what I'd be looking at. You're going to spend a little bit more on accessories, so but you know, yes, it sounds like a lot of money, but really, if you take your time, save up for it, it should be considered as a major investment. And the thing is too, you don't have to buy brand new. There are lots of used telescopes out there. Astronomers who are selling their equipment really look after their equipment. And this telescope today, for the last 3 hours, has just been sitting here on the ground tracking the sun. So it really doesn't get a lot of abuse like snowmobile or something like that might get, a motorcycle, whatever. This thing, the most abuse it gets is traveling back and forth in my vehicle. So you can buy some really good deals for used. You can look on Kijiji, you can go to Facebook Marketplace, you can look at a website called astrobuysell.com, which is the Canadian version of Astronomy Kijiji. Lots of people in there are selling equipment. People get out of the hobby a lot, you know, and they just decide they don't want to do it anymore. So you can get some pretty good buys that way. So look for used as well. Don't necessarily always look for new. I don't have the majority of the gear that I've ever bought has been used for sure. This particular one was new, but all my accessories that are on this telescope are all used. And I have no fear of buying used gear like that. And so when you get back into the hobby, I know you said you'll get into the hobby again soon. You know something, the sky will wait for you. No, it's no worry. The sky isn't going away. All the views that we see today, we'll see throughout our lifetime. So when you're ready, the sky will be ready for you. Still great. We still get 795 people online with us now watching the last of the eclipse, and the wind is really whistling now. I'm kind of glad I bought this little bit of a wind shelter with me. It really helped with the view, I think, today. But you can see the scope shaking a little bit because the wind is now switching out of the western part of or the eastern part of the sky. So I don't have as much shelter in that portion, but. Yeah, Alex, that's a good point. Dark Side of the Moon. Yep. Good album to be listening to at the moment for sure. Still seeing a lot of comments. A lot of people saying hello here. I'm so happy to see people that have been joined us from all over the world here. I can't believe it actually reached out that far. It's because of all of you that have been sharing this live feed with everybody. It's been incredible for you to do that for me. I'm very grateful for all you do to keep me motivated, to keep, I mean, who gets to share their passion as much as this? I'm living a dream. It's just amazing to be able to share this. I've never taken any formal training in astronomy. All of my education has been self-taught. But it's been, I guess, when something becomes a passion, you try to dive into it a little bit more. And every time somebody puts a question to me, we'll do a little bit of research and try to learn a little bit more. So that's the awesome part, is being able to share that. But all I really want to do to all of you is just to bring you the fact that, you know, these are wonders of the universe. We've all been through a terrible time in this past year and a half. I mean, a lot of people, of course, have suffered a lot more than I certainly have. But the idea here is that if we put it all in perspective, you know, this is going to pass. No matter what we do today, the sun is still going to rise tomorrow morning in the east and set in the west. And we're part of a larger picture here. We're actually part of a story that's being told, and we're a small part of that story. And if we stop and look out at a nice starry sky and sit back in a chair and take a look at it, and you really need nothing, just your eyeballs. you start to look at the majesty that's out there, and how small you really are, and how insignificant your problems are. That's the key. That's what keeps you focused, and that's what works for me. It's that wonder that you get to share with others. So.
Oh yeah, it's all stable together. Negative. Yeah, that's what we look through.
Awesome, Joel. Thank you for that comment. Hope you have a great day at work. Who's the commentator? That would be me. My name is Chris Kerwin, and I run the social media channels of Astronomy by the Bay. I actually work at the phone company as a technician, and I fix air conditioning systems. That's what I do for a living. But it's helped me in this type of this is something totally different from what I'm doing here for sure. But it's just I enjoy sharing the view so much. My first time I had somebody at the telescope doing outreach, I was hooked. First time I showed somebody the moon through the telescope, I was hooked. And I said I have to. When I saw the view myself, I actually said I remember looking through the telescope and seeing the view of the moon and saying I got to share this. I'll have to see what this is all about. That happened 15 years ago now, and I still get as excited as a little kid at Christmas. Every opportunity to have to share it. So, getting close to the end here, folks. Now, another what are we looking at? I guess another 16 minutes, I guess, before we're finished with the eclipse, and we'll say good morning to everybody at that time. Hi, Alan, England. Good morning. What a great viewing opportunity to have the clear sky that we had. We're so fortunate that we had this, and I'm very fortunate to have all of you here to share it with me.
But yeah, because it's not really a real common name in this area.
And I got the very little of my comments that I said, you know, I'll have a couple hours here to talk all about the sun and the moon. No, it didn't happen. I'm more interested in the ability to be able to share and have all of you online with me here at the same time. Hello from Dalhousie, New Brunswick. Welcome, Natalie. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Dan. Thanks for this. You're very welcome. It's a pleasure to share. Thanks so much for being here. I want to say thanks to everybody out there who has shared this live feed, especially New Brunswick Storm and Weather Center and large pages like that who have shared this to all of their followers. I really do appreciate it. It's so nice of you to do that for me. I can only broadcast to so many, and when you share, you give me opportunity to reach a lot more of an audience. There's nothing in it for me. Believe me, it's all just a passion. But there are many people that can't get out. You know, I think about seniors, and I think about those who are disabled that can't get out to see this in person. And that's the type of people I'm trying to reach. So the more that we can reach like that, with your help, the better we all are as humans. Just another few minutes, folks. Another 10 minutes or so. We'll be finished with our offering this morning.
No shoes.
If anybody knows where I normally set up, I usually set up at a place called Saints Crest Beach here in St. John. It's just outside the beautiful Irving Nature Park. It's at the outskirts of it. It's actually an urban dark sky park, the first urban dark sky park in Canada, first dark sky site within the city limits in Canada. So what I do is offer the view from there when I'm able to get in person. And somebody did mention here, did they put any plugs in for the awesome Sunday night astronomy show? Thank you, Amber. Thank you for the reminder. So myself and Paul Owen and Mike Powell, the three of us are Royal Astronomical Society of Canada members, the New Brunswick chapter. We're also members of the St. John Astronomy Club, and we offer a Sunday night show called the Sunday Night Astronomy Show. It's live on Facebook and YouTube. I simulcast to both channels. It starts at 8 p.m. Atlantic time. We always look for suggestions for topics for the show. We talk all about astronomy and astronomy equipment. We've covered so many topics over the last year and a half, it's hard to imagine what we've covered so much of, but we also love to get your photo submissions. So So we take your photo submissions and we submit. You submit them. We put them up on our page and we show them to everybody. We have a lot of laughs on the show. It's nothing really formal at all. It's just three guys that love astronomy that get together and offer our offering. So I'm the outreach guy kind of thing. Mike is the equipment guy. Anything that needs to be fixed, Mike Guyver it for us. So he's the great guy with equipment. And Paul Owen, of course, is an excellent photographer and astrophotographer, all self-taught. On a very steep learning curve, but he came over the top of that so quickly. So he does some amazing work for photography. So we have the gamut kind of covered, hopefully, between the three of us, three pieces of a pie here, and we love to be able to share that with you on Sunday nights. So it's and we actually started out trying to do live streams like this, and we were going to offer live views of galaxies and star clusters. That was the intention at the beginning, but welcome to the Maritimes and cloudy skies on Sunday nights. Just continued. Every Sunday night we had cloudy skies. So we said, well, we got to start offering something else. So we started talking about equipment and offering presentations, talking about space missions, all that kind of stuff, all the different topics we could come up with and topics that people had suggested. So now we have different little segments of the show. The show's kind of broken up into an hour show, but it's about 10-minute segments each. We have opportunities there to talk about special topics like the solar eclipse that we were experiencing today. We talked about that this week. So we'd love to see you on that as well. So it's a Sunday night astronomy show. You can find us on Sunday night on YouTube and Facebook at 8 p.m. Atlantic time. And if you have any questions about astronomy, come right on there. It's a live show. We answer all your comments that we can see on the screen and answer them at that time. So it's a live interactive program and something that we love to do. Now this time of year we can't offer too many night sky views because at 8 o'clock at night, this time of year it's still daylight. So we could offer a sun or a moon view, which we might next time around. But as we move into the winter months and people are kind of, cuddled in their houses kind of thing, we have that opportunity to offer views of deep sky treasures. And of course that leads us down the road to when we get to these personal outreach events that are coming up pretty soon. If we all move through this pandemic as quickly as we hope, we will be back to green phase hopefully here in New Brunswick sometime in August, which will lead us back to the fact of bringing all of this to you in person. There's nothing like seeing Saturn's rings through a telescope, and nothing like seeing the mountain ranges on the moon or the craters on the moon. And those two objects, out of all the things that I've witnessed in the night sky, I keep coming back to those two because it is so fascinating, and they're so fascinating for other people to witness through your equipment. So I've been very blessed to be able to bring this to you today. I feel very fortunate that so many people were here sharing it with me. Amazing. I think that we have an obligation as adults to share our knowledge with others, especially the younger generation, and that's another key from why I do what I do, because they need to know. And if we have knowledge, we are obligated to share that knowledge to the next generation. I truly believe that. So that's why I love doing this, and we're getting to the very end of this now, so we're only got another, maybe 5 minutes or so, 7:27, so we're at 7:36, we're done in 9 minutes time, so we're very close, folks. So let me thank all of you so much for sharing this with me and sharing it around the world with me. This is the most amazing experience I've had yet, doing something like this for sure. I remember doing one back in 2017. I don't know the numbers on what we had for viewers, but I know it was a big number then. But that was a Saturday afternoon, I think, if I remember right, around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we had a lot more people tuning in. But this was unusual. It's an eclipse at sunrise. It's a pretty rare event. I'm so thankful that we had the weather just long enough at least to be able to offer to. The wind is really picking up. Probably in the background here, it's anywhere from 50 to 60 kilometers per hour. I'm right around that point. So amazing to have so many people from all over looking at the sun and the moon. Remember now, we're all looking at this together. No matter where we are in the world, we're all seeing the same view. And that's what ties us together. That's what binds us all together through all of this that we've been dealing with over the last year and a half. Hello from South Africa. Hello, Heidi. This is awesome. Thank you for joining us. When I see a name or a place like that popping up, it's like, it's incredible that you people are sharing this with so many out there. I really do appreciate it.
No furniture out here, right? No, I got furniture out here. She loves it.
We're getting to close to the end now, so we're just a few more minutes away from the event ending up. From Lily, France. Oh, hi, Marie. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. It's such a simple thing to witness, the moon moving in front of the sun, but it's just something that we can experience together. It's the wonder of celestial mechanics. It's the wonder of our galaxy, of our universe, of our solar system. It's the wonders that are out there that are happening all the time, and you know, we're taking part in the universe's story here. We're actually a very important part of the story of the universe, and we've actually come to a conscious point when we can look back at the universe, which is really amazing. We're at a point that we have a conscience that we can actually finally look back and see where we came from. And that's what makes this hobby so amazing. I highly encourage this. You can start out with a simple pair of 10 by 50 binoculars. Something you can buy used usually for around $25 or $30. Sit in a chair, sit out underneath the Milky Way on a nice summer's evening, and pan the Milky Way with your binoculars down around Sagittarius, straight up through constellations right overhead, the Summer Triangle, all that area. And just pan with your binoculars, you'll see, you know, countless numbers of stars of different colors, large clusters of stars that are 500,000 stars in the ball. These large clouds of dust and gas that formed our planets, our solar system. They're called nebula. Those are the remnants of dead or dying stars and the birthplace of new stars. All of that can be visible just through binoculars. And of course, just with a view of something like the Perseid meteor shower, you need nothing. All you do is take a chair out and bring yourself a nice warm beverage and a nice blanket maybe to keep yourself warm. Bring along a few friends, and one of you watch one part of the sky and the other one watches the other part of the sky, and you shout meteor when you see one. You know, it's just it's an amazing, there's no charge. It's all out there for you. All of this nature is there for you to witness every single night, and it waits for you to see it. That's the part. It's there for you anytime you want to take advantage of this.
So I can imagine people that are worse off than me, what they go through.
And again, for me, it's an obligation to share this with anybody else, because if I'm able to share my knowledge, I'm very happy to do so. So here we go, folks. We're getting almost to the end now. Just a few more minutes.
There is. Oh my gosh, yeah. The biggest thing is,
I'm so happy that we had an amazing view here for the morning. This is incredible for St. John, New Brunswick, to be able to have a maritime view like this on an event like this. The last few major celestial events, we were actually kind of washed out from rain or from clouds. So I'm so happy that this actually came to fruition today for all of you and for me as well. So I'm on Astronomy by the Bay. My name is Chris Kerwin. I'm just an amateur astronomer. Been at this now for about 15 years or so. You found me on Facebook here. I'm also on YouTube at Astronomy by the Bay. I'm also on Instagram at the moment. My Instagram crowd is building. I have a harder time getting used to that part of it because I'm an older fellow. Adjust slowly to the technology, but I do appreciate everybody being out there, and that's why I was so glad that we could offer it on YouTube as well, because there are people who are not on Facebook, of course, that still want to tune in. So watch us on the Sunday Night Astronomy Show. More than happy to invite your photographs, to send them in. If you have any photos from this, please send them in to this week's show. Just send them in to Sunday Night Astronomy Show at gmail.com, or you can send them to snas@astronomybythebay.ca. And we'll take your photos and show them to the world. Whoever's tuning in, at least. And we'll have some nice topics to choose from every week as well. We're always looking for suggestions for future topics on the show, so you can let us know about those. I try to go live stream here as many times as I possibly can. I do offer the moon a lot, I offer the planets a lot, and I'm offering some deep sky objects. We are away from public observing events at the moment, but we do have star party events that take place across the province in our dark sky preserves, including Kuzmaquack National Park and Mount Carlton Fundy National Park. And those events will come back to us again next year for sure. So that's when we have people that come in. We camp out for the weekend and we invite the public in to view the sky through our telescopes. And the good thing about that is that you get a chance to see what the views are like through different telescopes before you buy one. So I'm going to recommend too, if you're down in the Nova Scotia area, in the beautiful area of Yarmouth, check out the dark skies of Quinnen and go visit my friend Tim Doucette, who's at Deep Sky Eye Observatory in Quinnen. He has it's a starlight tourist destination spot, so he has a couple of he has a number of sky bubble tents, which are tents that you sleep in, and it's open up nice plastic clear sky above your head, all plastic in, of course, but you can view the night sky from there. He has an observatory there that he sets up sections for observing, so you can check him out at Deep Sky Eye Observatory in the beautiful dark skies of Quinnen, Nova Scotia. And Tim is also offering this live view this morning as well. Just a few more minutes, folks. We're almost done. This has been awesome to offer you this from start to finish. I can't believe that we had that weather in St. John. I'm so glad that we did. And if you were clouded out and you were able to join me from here, I'm so happy that you were here with me. So I do come on here fairly often. As the moon comes up, I do offer the moon a lot because I know a lot of people are interested in the moon and what's happening with the moon, and it's something that we can all relate to very easily. It's our closest celestial body. It's been with us for 4 billion years. We follow it every month. It's a great object to view in binoculars, even a small telescope. That's the place where you want to start. The hobby is starting in looking at the moon. And it's an amazing object to view. So I'll be offering that again once the moon comes back around. We're at new moon right now, so we're about a week away before we start offering the crescent moon and that beautiful earth shine that we see in the evening sky. So tune in again. There we are. We're getting to the very end. We're back to full sun. So I guess with that, we'll probably sign off. It's been incredible to have you all here. I want to thank you very much for everyone joining me. It was an amazing morning for me. I hope it was for you as well. You can check us out again at the Sunday Night Astronomy Show on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Atlantic Time. We go from 8 to 9. It's a 1-hour family-friendly show. A lot of different topics about astronomy. You can catch me back here on my next live feed. We'll probably be offering the moon on my next live feed. I'll be coming to you throughout the summer with broadcasts about the planets, viewing Saturn, Jupiter, and all the wonders of the night sky. Some deep sky objects as well. If we can offer those through a live feed, we'll be doing that. Our international dark sky parks will open up again for next year for us for public viewing. Public viewing is just around the corner from us as well. So we'll be back to in-person viewing, letting you look through our telescopes and share the night sky with us and all the wonders. My favorite spot to set up locally is Saints Rest Beach, just outside the Irving Nature Park in St. John. I set up this page actually just to let people know when I would be set up at the beach, because I'd be set up and people say, when are you coming back? And I don't know because my work schedule and weather. So I said, my wife suggested that I set up a Facebook page to let people know, and I'm so glad I did. And that's where I post if I'm going to be set up offering the view to anybody. So if you want to know if I'm going to be set up that particular night, and once we open up again, just go to my page. I'll be posting there. So if you follow my page or subscribe to our YouTube channel, I'll be posting there as well. So thank you so much, everybody. This has been an amazing experience for me. I hope it's been for you as well. It's just incredible. So.
This is a half hour.
Do I talk much? Not much. Yeah. That was just for an introvert, huh? Mike knows that by now. There's never 5 minutes. These people around here are making fun of me, and I'm the only one that's on here talking live. I don't see you guys over here at the telescope talking away to people. So all these strangers around the world that are talking away to me.
Hey, we're just roadies.
Yeah. You guys get all the nice pictures, and I'm sitting here talking to you. I'd rather be doing this anyway. So there. Awesome. Yeah, I'm just finishing up now. Well, there's still 400 people online. What are we going to say to them?
Another 45 minutes yet.
Yeah, I'll take lunch, guys, if you can bring that by. These guys are great to hang around with. These are my two buddies that join me on the Sunday night show. So.
Skip the dishes. There you go.
Skip the dishes, yeah. Skip the dishes delivery. I'll take one for the road. Thank you so much. Thank you, Londa. Very nice of you. What about? Okay, so I've had an hour's sleep, or maybe 59 minutes sleep since yesterday. So I'm probably going to sign off here now. I got the afternoon to catch up a little bit and catch up on a lot of your comments and emails and all that kind of thing. So this has been an incredible experience for me. I hope you've really enjoyed it yourself. It's been such a pleasure to be able to bring it to you. I hope to see you all on our Sunday night show this week, and again on another live feed when I'm able to bring something with as much fascination as this to you. Even if it's a planet, Jupiter or Saturn, they're still fascinating events to witness for sure. So thanks, folks. Have a great day. Have a great weekend coming up, and we'll see you all again here soon, I hope. Take care, folks. Thank you. Have a great day.